There we go. Yeah, haven't seen me in a while. Hello, everybody, whoever comes in here. This is a tough card, so I'm coming live, and you get the benefit of kind of getting some idea of what my picks will be for today. Yeah, it's not professional. It's no organization. It's totally when I feel like it, and we can banter back and forth, and you can help me if you want. If not, it's fine. I just find it easier. I find it better when I just talk things through out loud. So I kind of, what the hell, I'll go live, talk to some people about if they want to talk about it. And if not, it just helps me. It's mostly about me, don't you know? It's mostly about me. But it's a lot about you if you're there, if you're actually watching. Then I guess it's about you as well. Oh, I see. You can't really see. Let me do something here and make this a little bigger so you guys can see a little better. Oh, I wonder if that's better. That looks like it's better. Okay. All right, so yesterday I had an ass day. I don't even want to get into it. What I don't like is when I go back and I go, you knew that. You knew Arizona was going to keep it close. Why didn't you play plus 2.5, you doughhead? Something always scares you that the Oilers are going to go off, but they never do in these spots. They had Vegas coming up. And somehow I went with Oilers team total over, and, well, you see how that turned out, don't you? Come on, move up here. There we go. Yeah, I went to Vegas team total over, and that didn't work out well at all. Oh, now you can't see me in the corner. Oh, yeah, you can. If I go like this, so you can. Oh, yeah, okay. That didn't work out. Avalanche, I thought, what did I learn from that? Never go against a team that's as desperate as Pittsburgh was in that spot. Also, something, Crosby and McKinnon grew up together. He always, wants to dominate McKinnon, and it just, Colorado, it just seems like it wasn't all that important to them. It wasn't as important for them to win the division as it was for Pittsburgh in that spot. But truth be told, I did not foresee Jari having that good of a game. And that's really what it comes down to. But the fact of the matter is Pittsburgh outplayed them pretty hard. So, wait, I got a call here. Florida. I'll find out what that is after. So, look at today's games. Let's wash that slate clean. You got Minnesota versus Philadelphia. And can I see? Oh, yeah, here we are. Whoever's in the chat, thanks for coming in. Minnesota versus Philadelphia. Philadelphia, they just beat Florida. They're like your classic team, a Tortorella team that kind of relishes the idea of beating teams that are going to, especially within their division, And the thing is, Minnesota isn't in their division. They're sort of foreign to each other. It may be a little bit difficult for them to get their hate on for each other here. And Minnesota definitely, needs this win. I mean, they made a playoff. They're probably going to be in the playoffs. Let's look at the standings here. There is some meaning to it, though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they can catch. Yeah, you can go ahead and take Dallas out, so they don't have to play Colorado in the first round. There's some meaning to that. Dallas also plays today, so at the very least they can keep up with them. Even a point wouldn't be too bad for them here. we'll look at recent games. Minnesota has been playing very well. Carter Hart should be in net, and he's, as you know, much better at home, and actually he's been playing pretty well. Okay, so we're going with Fleury. I'm trying to remember. I mean, going with Fleury here is something because he really hates Philadelphia. As much as Marc-Andre Fleury can hate anything. But like there was an option for him to go to Washington, and he said he couldn't do it. His heart's kind of in Pittsburgh, so I still think he has that, that in himself to beat Philadelphia, his old Pittsburgh days. I still think that's in there for him. So there's that, and he's been playing a lot better. It seems like he wants to take that crease from Gustafsson to play in the playoffs. He's starting to wake up right now. So we don't know who's going to be in. If it's Sandstrom or whatever, we're definitely going with Minnesota, I'm pretty sure. Last time they played was January 26th, kind of just before the break, I think, or no. Anyways, not that long ago. About 2 months ago in Minnesota, and Minnesota won 3-2. That's kind of what I was thinking, is the under is probably the play. But the last 2 times they played, it was under at home. And then what? Also, they played in March 2022. That was last year. 2 different teams now. Minnesota's owned them at home. And Philadelphia, for a while there, was owning them at home. But this is a new team. And this is Minnesota's, like, Philadelphia, the way they're going to beat teams is kind of like a trappy type game. Like the way they want to play is kind of the way Minnesota plays. So we'll look at the spot. Minnesota, the bad thing about this game is that Minnesota just had a big win over, I mean, bad if you're on the Minnesota side anyways. Was it the Capitals? Yeah. Over New Jersey. Yeah, that's the part that I'm a little concerned about. This could be a letdown spot. They've been on the road for a bit. Yeah. So I think they're putting Fleury in to get some fire into them to be big for this game. After this, they go home and play Chicago. Now, when they play Chicago, that's going to be coming off of an Eastern road trip, which is never easy. And everybody knows that. Everybody in the land knows that. How long was this road trip? It's only a 2-game road trip. I don't know why. I'm almost leaning Philadelphia here. I kind of like the draw. Just after you're playing New Jersey. You're playing one of the best teams in the East. You need that win. They played hard. You win that game, barely. Very tough game. I think so too. I think the Wild probably do get it done, but I don't think it's easy. All right, let's look at the line. It depends. Hart should be in net. I don't know. You're going to keep on letting Hart ride here, or? I mean, if it's not Hart, I'm definitely on Minnesota for sure. Plus 1.5 is minus 187 for Philly. I just minus 144 there. So you want Minnesota in regulation after a big win against New Jersey? Philadelphia, I could see, okay, Philadelphia played well against Florida, but, I mean, that's within the division. So now you got, like, Minnesota, how much are they going to get up for this game? How much is Philadelphia going to get up for this game, really? Like, it's not like a stamp you're putting on your season to beat Minnesota, right? Yeah, I think Minnesota needs it more. They probably win. Dabble a little bit in regulation. As far as the over-under is concerned, I mean, it sounds like the total. It sounds like somewhere around what it's going to be. I would lean to the under, though. Lately, I think Minnesota played to the under to New Jersey, but before that, it was over against Washington, over against Boston in a loss, over. I believe those were mostly at home, though, weren't they? Yeah, no, Washington. Okay, so St. Louis was on the road, playing against the Western road team, road trip. Philadelphia, then you got Chicago, and then you got Seattle. Just trying to think how is Minnesota going to want to play this game? How is New Jersey going to play? How is Philadelphia? How Philadelphia can only play one way. I say the under. I'll say under. And it depends on who the goaltender is, too. So, welcome, CL, by the way. Don't make you second guess yourself. Yeah, I always try to find a way to take the other team, but I think Minnesota gets her done tonight. Yeah, I think they do. Montreal versus Boston. I don't know. You can't go against. I'm not. I mean, what did you do for Boston at minus 404? You took minus 1.5 at minus 155. Last time they played in Montreal. They won 4-2, 5-3. Boston's kind of owned them. But, I mean, these were times when Boston was just trying to win every game. I can't take Montreal. I just can't. Can't do it. Isn't Montreal on a back-to-back, too? Did they play? No, but they just beat Tampa Bay. Now they're coming into Boston. And they're in a sandwich spot where they were at home, then they fly to Boston, and then they play Columbus after this. The only problem I have with this game is how much does Boston care about this fucking game? They got Tampa Bay after this, and then Carolina. That's what worries me. It's a letdown spot. They barely beat Ottawa. They're so good they could probably just float through this game and win it, though. That's the thing. Especially Allen is supposed to be in net. Swayman's playing unbelievable right now. He's playing as good as Allmark, if not better. I think I'd go the under. I don't think Boston wants to like have a high flying game against the Canadians here. I mean, why do they want to? I mean, they get up for the game because it's it's Boston, Montreal, but they want to save some energy for Tampa Bay. Like this is the type of this is the season where you want teams want to put their stamp on teams that they're going to make it play in the playoffs. I like Boston. I'm not sure I go -1.5, but I could see it because they're so good no matter what. But you saw what happened with Ottawa, right? Now, Ottawa's a little better team. What would I play here? What the fuck would I play here? What have Montreal been doing? Montreal just beat Tampa Bay. Do they come in all fat and sassy or high on the hog? With Allen in that. Nah, I'll take maybe Boston first period puck line. Hey Chanel, how you doing? Wow, I haven't talked to you in a long time. Good to see you. Good. Yeah, it was good to see you. I'm glad I come on here every once in a while just to see some of my old peeps that used to come on. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they totally care. It's a weird spot. I'm not gonna go against Boston, but it wouldn't surprise me if Montreal. Montreal. It's Boston. Like they are going. It's in their building. No, it's in Boston. I'm sorry. It's in Boston. Okay, I don't. Boston's not gonna let Montreal beat them in their barn. No fucking way. Yeah, I think they do care about this game. So I'll take Boston first period puck line. That'll probably get you at about -120, 110, something like that. And then I'll see how they're doing live. I'll see how they're doing live. Interesting game. I mean, but if you look at Montreal's roster, there's no way they should be. Yeah, they got to win. I mean, they could pretty much float through this game and win the way they play. I'm just not sure if it's if it's going to be on the puck line or not. Do they feel like blowing the shit out of Montreal? Like, I think if they wanted to, they could come in and just blow the shit out of Montreal right now. And if they get up early, maybe they will decide to do that. But I think probably I would lean under. What is the total on this? If it's 6.5, I would lean the under here because I don't think Boston's, if they get up, I don't think they're going to try to run up the score. I don't think so. Boston +1.5 is plus 135. All right. Okay, that's all we need to say about that. Rangers, Carolina. Carolina shouldn't be this expensive. This is what I don't like about this game. Why is Carolina -148? Really? I mean, I like Carolina against the Rangers. And I know you say, well, they've had struggles against the Rangers and all that kind of stuff like that. It almost seems like a fluke. And again, Carolina couldn't score. I probably will put in something on the under here. I do think it'll be the under. Anderson did have a good game last time. I would actually go draw. I think the draw might be a good play here. I think it'll be very tight. I think Carolina's going to be owning their barn, no doubt about it. Like they're going to want to protect their barn here. But I like Carolina's system much better than the Rangers. I don't care that the Rangers picked up Kane. Doesn't make me like the Rangers anymore. Tarasenko, Lafreniere, Pearlo. Lindgren's back in the lineup. That helps a lot. Shesterkin will almost certainly be in that. I mean, I lean Carolina, but I kind of like the draw, and I like the under. Toronto versus Florida. It's a 7. I'm not going to touch it. Toronto. I don't like Toronto's form right now. Ever since they just can't seem to get it together since that trade. It's projected Murray's in net. I'm not backing Murray. Bobrovsky had a little bit of rest here. I think Florida wins. Minus 132. I think Florida wins. But the problem is Toronto just had that blowout against the Islanders. They got blown out by the Islanders. And they looked disheveled. They didn't look good at all. But they haven't looked good for a while. It's not like they just had a bad game. They haven't really looked all that good ever since the trade. The game has the capability of going even over 7. Toronto has owned Florida the last little while. But I think this is sort of like Toronto are 1-8 straight up in their last 9 games. But they're 1-8 playing against Florida, which means they probably do a lot of golfing when they're in Florida. Yeah, and Toronto in general has been having problems on the road as it is. And Florida's been playing well at home. They need the game way more than Toronto does. Toronto's basically just trying to stay ahead of Tampa Bay to get home ice advantage. And what do they got next? Florida has the Rangers next. Both of them are huge games for them. In Toronto, Toronto goes to Carolina after this, and then to Nashville. Interesting, because say Toronto loses to Florida right now, there's a really good chance they lose to Carolina too, and then they got Nashville on a back-to-back. Florida, they just lost to Philadelphia 6-3. They had their own blowout against a really bad team, and now they're going home. Yeah, I'm going to take Florida here. Toronto just barely beat Ottawa. Oh, they beat Carolina. That was at home, right? Toronto lost 7-2 and they lost 6-3, but they had Lyon in net. Bobrovsky's going to be in net. Florida comes out hard in the first period all the time. Maybe Florida money line first period. And if you're thinking that the game could go over, you might want to look over first period. Because both of these teams should be ready to play after Florida losing to Philly, Toronto losing to the Islanders in a blowout. When Toronto beat Ottawa, they outshot them 52-29. Philadelphia, the shots against the Islanders, the shots were even. And against Carolina, they got outshot badly. Florida outshot the shit out of Philadelphia. And see, Florida's been outshooting their opponents by quite a bit. And I don't think that's going to change here. I think Florida's going to shoot a lot, and I don't like Murray. So I'm going to go Florida. Took me a while, but that's why I'm here. It's going to take me a while. Tampa Bay versus Ottawa. I do not like this spot for Ottawa, or for Tampa Bay. I'm leaning Ottawa here. I know that Tampa Bay has owned Ottawa, but this is a really bad spot for Tampa Bay. However, they just lost to Montreal, right? They got Ottawa, but the problem is you got Boston after that. Yeah, I've got a lot of Canucks stuff. How you doing, Doug? Thanks for coming in. I kind of like Ottawa. I mean, I'll play Ottawa or nothing. I don't trust. Let's see. Tampa Bay. They just lost to Montreal. Yeah, they lost in New Jersey before that. And Ottawa has been playing they should have beat Boston there. I don't like so good. I have the over on this. But the more I think about it, the more I'm unsure about it. But I think if you think Ottawa's going to win, are they going to shut down Tampa Bay with the kid in net? You know, I think goals will happen. What was I looking up? Ottawa. Oh, 3 games in 4 nights for Ottawa. After that, just barely losing to. The thing I can't get my head around here is that Tampa has got to play Boston after this. That's the game they want. Do you think Tampa really cares about losing to Ottawa here? They lost to Montreal. I mean, you are chasing Toronto, but I don't think they're chasing that hard. I feel Ottawa. I feel Ottawa there, and the over. I'm gonna say Ottawa. That's a big look-ahead spot. You're going to be playing Boston. If you beat Toronto, it's probably going to be Boston you play next. You think you want to send a message to Boston that we're here? Like, you don't want to go in against a series against Boston and have them have any confidence whatsoever. And Tampa Bay has kind of got into that mode again of playing down to their competition here late in the season. So I put a little bit on Ottawa. I don't really like. Oh, that's what I wanted to do is remember that guy's freaking name. I always forget his name. Sogard. I'm not a big fan of trusting Sogard over Vasilevsky, but the thing is, Ottawa's out of it, but this is a game that they can build their confidence going in. You know, it's like a confidence building game. It's a kind of make a feel good in the season type of game where, hey, we beat Tampa, so we're okay, right? We can beat Tampa. So if we can beat Tampa, then, you know, and protecting their barn, kind of like it. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to bet it. Go over to bpalpicks.com if you want to see all my bets for today, but kind of like Ottawa there. All right, Chicago versus Washington. I don't fucking know. Washington doesn't give a shit. Chicago probably just take. Washington looks like they're pretty down in the dumps right now. Yeah. Washington seems like they're pretty down in the dumps right now. I mean, at plus 235, plus 1.5, Chicago, minus 125. Why not? Is Washington going to say, okay, now we're mad? Now we're mad. They're probably wanting to pad Ovechkin's stats, so yeah, I could see an over. Is Kemper back? Kemper's injured, right? Or is he back now? He was playing like shit before the injury. It's hard to take an over with Chicago, though. Like, they have so few scorers on that team now. Where the hell is it? Bobrovsky, Sogard, okay. Ooh, let me see an Elliott here. Oh, maybe they'll play Elliott here. Maybe the Lightning will play Elliott here. Please, 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 please. Oh, that would be lovely. Why would you? Well, you don't need to play Vasilevsky here. Play Elliott. What the hell? And then the over comes in all day long. Yeah, I take the over for sure then. And my Senators pick would seem very, very good. Where is... Okay, what game was Chicago, Washington? Where the hell is it? It's so insignificant they don't even have it in here. Oh, okay. Oh, they're putting Hudobin in. I don't know what the hell you're going to get from Hudobin. Jesus. I mean, this is his big back to the NHL game. Oh, what has he did in the minors? If I remember correctly, his numbers are like just okay. But this is his back to the NHL game. I could see him just going off here. I think I put some on Chicago. Yeah. Those are some ugly numbers, actually. He hasn't even played a game for Rockford yet. A 289 and a .899. That's not very good. I don't know what you're going to get out of Hudobin here. I mean, I know that he should be like just freaking dialed in for this game, getting back into the NHL again. I think I go Chicago or nothing. I don't. I can't trust Washington worth the shit right now. Like, what are their last games been against each other? Last time it was over. Yeah, they've been playing mostly to the over. I think that would probably be the same here. Especially if Kemper's going to be in. Yeah, because Kemper, I don't know, like Kemper was injured, now he's coming back. I imagine they have to make sure he was really good, but I mean, I don't really trust Chicago's goal scoring ability, but I think Chicago's going to come out and play hard here against Washington. They have been doing that. They have been knocking teams off not too bad here as of late. I mean, they beat, Arizona and Nashville. They got spanked all this shit by Colorado. And they lost to Arizona. And Washington's lost to St. Louis, Minnesota, and they let Columbus back in. Maybe they get all pissed off and win this game, but I think I'll just lean the over. Either way, I could see it going over. Are they going to get, like, that's what I mean, they're going to get pissed off now. Okay, we lose 5-2 against St. Louis when we have playoff hopes. Then we go to Minnesota, and, this should be a game we're going to light her up. Oh, no. High shooting game, and they lose. And then they got, if there's any chance at all, we got Columbus. We get freaking, right? It's Columbus. Come on. We'll win that. Nope. So, I don't know. I might even just not even touch this game. This could be an I don't give a fuck game for both teams. Nobody scores worth shit, whatever. Let's just get this over with. This could be, how much do they care about Hudobin? Hudobin came from another organization, hasn't really played in Chicago at all, so they're all going to be like, let's play for Hubie. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe it's a draw. Maybe that's a draw. I could go either way. I think I'm just off that game. Fuck, whatever. It's a 6. I like over 6, though. They should be able to score 6 goals against each other, I would say. Yeah, we'll go over 6. Over 6, okay. St. Louis versus Detroit. I'm taking St. Louis. I'm going to go with my Hofer again. I think Detroit beat them in St. Louis. They're going to come in. St. Louis is going to come out, should be pretty pissed off that they lost that game. But anyways, back to that Washington game. I think I would take Chicago or nothing. Might as well take Chicago. Might as well take the big plus money. Or Chicago plus 1.5 at minus 120. That's what I would do there. Head to head. So last game. Yeah, Detroit won 3-2. Yeah, that's the thing, is they were badly outshot in their own bar in that game too. So they didn't play well in their own barn against the same team. A team that has had some goaltending issues, but has been shooting a lot. Detroit has been out shooting other teams quite a bit and still losing. Husso has not been right the second half of the season, and they got Hedberg in net. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that Husso hasn't played, and they want to see what Hedberg... has to give. And didn't he play the last time? I think he did. I would lean the under here. Again, depends. Binnington might be in net, though. No, they're putting Hofer in net. So Binnington could play tonight, I'm pretty sure, too. And they're playing Hofer anyways. Excuse me, Mr. Binnington. Somebody is pissed off at you for good reason. I mean, not only that, they want to give this guy a look. I mean, he's freaking, to me, he looks amazing. He didn't have the great, his last game was still pretty good, especially since it's only like his, third game in the NHL. I like his attitude. I like he just, like, even look at the picture in Left Wing Lock. That looks like a guy who's like, yeah, dude, I'm here to win, all right? Like, that doesn't look like a dude that is nervous at all. Like, I don't see any nerves in Joel Hofer. Magnus Hedberg had a good outing last time, but the scope of his actual work this year has not been good. I do like him overall. Like, eventually, I think he's going to be a good goaltender. But I got to take the plus money here in St. Louis. And I'll probably put a little bit on the draw. You know, it's draw season. This is I don't know why these teams don't like each other very much, and they're very similar to each other. I kind of lean the under. I might take Hofer over saves again, too. If you want all my shot props, bpalpicks.com. Kraken versus the Predators, and like the Predators are coming off that Eastern road trip. They're all freaking fat and sassy because they blew the shit out of the Buffalo Sabres. Then they're going to come home all like, we're so good, and I think the Kraken are going to give them a smackdown as long as Grubauer is back. Even with Jones in, I'm probably still going to go with the Kraken here. The Kraken need this game. I think they were dialed in for this road trip. They beat Dallas, which was a tough game. And I mean, they're not like cozy in a playoff spot here either. Fairly well, I mean, Calgary's coming up, but it's not likely that they catch them. But you might as well just put the nail in the coffin now. You want to wait around for it? Nashville is just not a good team right now. No Josie. Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle here. Probably not going to be a fan of the price. Oh, not bad. Minus 127. Sure, why not? They're a good road team. The only thing you worry about here is the Saros shit. Saros saves prop would probably be good. Seattle is one of the best shot suppression teams in the league, and Nashville doesn't have much to shoot at. So I like Seattle. I would even consider Seattle, like, if you like going for that super plus money, Seattle plus minus 1.5. All right, next game. Pittsburgh versus Dallas, and this is tough. It kind of feels like Dallas is sort of just kind of coasting through a little bit. I don't get the feeling that it's as important to Dallas as it is to Minnesota to win the division. By the way, I have a future on Minnesota to win the division. So I kind of hope Dallas loses this game. But Pittsburgh just played, I mean, a fairly tough game. Here's the thing. I think Pittsburgh put every energy they could into that game against Colorado last night, and Colorado just decided that we don't want to do this. I think Colorado just decided this isn't the spot for us to be worried about it. We'll try to. That's what I got from the game last night. I was surprised by it. I had Colorado team total over because Jari is just ass. DeSmith will be in net, and he's been here or there. I mean, if Dallas wants this game at all, they can win it. Pittsburgh's on a back-to-back. Last night was all the Crosby show. Is he going to be able to do that back-to-back now? You got an old team on a back-to-back. Yes, they need to win. Yes, they're going to put every effort they can into it. It all comes down to, does Dallas give a fuck? That's the thing. Does Dallas want to fight tonight? Is this their night to do it? So what I like here is Dallas first period puck line. Is there a look-ahead spot for Dallas? I mean, that could change my mind. Vancouver at home. They're really looking ahead to that. They're coming off a loss too. No, ain't nobody likes to lose two at home and two in a row at home. DeSmith and net. I gotta go Dallas. I know I'm not gonna like the Jews. It's probably gonna be about minus 150 or something. Minus 143. Ugh. And I'm not sure I want him in regulation right now, the way Pittsburgh plays. Dallas has been playing a lot of one-goal games and maybe put a little bit on the draw here. Pittsburgh might have enough legs to hold them in. As far as the total, I would go under. I think I would go under because if Dallas does get up, I think they'll just, okay. I don't think they want a run and gun with Pittsburgh. I don't know if Pittsburgh has the legs, and I don't know if they have the sting in their shots to get past Ottinger enough to make this over. That's one thing a lot of people are not aware of. And when you play back-to-backs, or when you play 4 games in 6, it's not just about the legs, it's about having the sting on your shots. You don't have the same, if you're tired, you don't have the same velocity. I think the best play here is the under. Under in the Pittsburgh game. I think that's the best play. They are playing Ottinger, right? Or do we know yet? Doesn't say yet. Let me do this to see if it comes up. I think Dallas wants to beat Pittsburgh too. Just to say, Oh, they're not even going to go with Jones. They're going to go with Joey DeCord again. Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. That tells you, look at how much they think of Jones now. I'll tell you. They're putting their third string Joey DeCord back to back in this game. Yeah, Audie's in net. I got to go Dallas. I would say money line and under. Took me a while. That's why I do this, though. I hope you guys don't mind as I hash through all of this stuff. I know the good sites where everybody watches, they've got it all figured out. They've been up since like 5 a.m. in the morning. They got it all. Ain't nobody got time. I don't know what's waking up at 5 in the morning. I use this to go through my capping. And then after this, I cap more. So, I mean, this isn't all my picks here, but what I'm going to actually put in, I don't know which one of these are going to be the ones that I actually put in. But we got Vegas and Calgary. And if you're giving me Vegas at plus 133, what the fuck is Calgary doing at minus 147? Can somebody in the chat right now give me a reason why Calgary would be a minus 147? What the hell is the money coming in on Calgary for? What? Is this a bad road spot for Vegas? Okay, you played Vancouver. You went through a time zone. You got the Oilers next. A bit of a look ahead, maybe. Because really, they want to beat the Oilers more than they want to beat Calgary, I suppose. But am I gonna pay 147 to take Calgary over? I mean, there definitely could be a look ahead spot here, though. The Oilers are the game they want. They want to beat the Oilers for sure. I'm not so sure they give a fuck about Calgary. I do think they'll play a good defensive game against Calgary, though. And, you know, Calgary will shoot in the... the other thing is I saw that Thompson might be back, which might not be a good thing because he could be rusty and shit. Flames first period money line, I mean, that's not a bad play. They're pretty good on the first period. They'll usually just outshoot the shit out of them anyways. I don't know what you're going to get from Logan Thompson. I wouldn't put much on it, but I'm not betting Calgary. I'm either betting Vegas or nothing. And I would probably look to the under. There's no way I'm betting Calgary. Fuck that. Calgary just beat the shit out of them 7-2. I forgot about that. Yeah, they want Edmonton, but they beat you in your own barn 7-2, and now you're going back there? Whatever. I mean, they want to get one win out of both, either against Edmonton or against Calgary. Pittsburgh's on tired legs, but they are in desperation tired legs. Like, they're going to sap every freaking bit of energy out of themselves that they possibly can here in this game. And that's the way it was last night, too, which I should have probably paid attention to. But, it's also, you bring up a good point, though. It is 3 games in 4 nights, too. Every bit of effort may not be able to get it done anyway, so it probably will be Dallas. Yeah, they're begging you to take Vegas. If they weren't playing the Oilers next, it would be Vegas all day. I'm just a little concerned about them playing. I'm a lot concerned about them playing Oilers next. But when you take into the consideration that Calgary just beat the shit out of them 7-2, I don't know. I mean, if I'm Vegas, you got to think, what would you be if you were there? This team just beat you 7-2 in your barn, and now you're going to play them. Now, but you also want to stay ahead of the Oilers. So I say they try to shut Calgary down here. That's what I think they would do. I think they try to win, maybe make it a draw at least. This could be a really good draw game. I think Vegas tries to make this a draw. They want to save energy for the Oilers, but they don't want to get their ass kicked by Calgary. Try to get it to overtime and then see if you can do something like that. Markstrom's been playing better. I don't know what you're getting from Thompson. But I'm not laying minus 147 on Calgary. There's no fucking way. I'm just not. Like, how do you do that? How do you lay minus 147 on this Calgary team? Later on, I'm going to check my first periods and stuff like that. But right now, I could see a first period over and a whole game under, which is weird. So Calgary just beat Anaheim 5-1. Okay. So my mom could beat Anaheim 5-1. And if you saw that game, Anaheim didn't give a flying fuck at all. Didn't care at all. I still don't think the Flames players are happy with Sutter. I think there's a lot of shit going on that way. And yeah, I'm either taking Vegas or nothing. I'm not taking Calgary. No way. No way. I don't know if it's actually going to get to my card yet or not, but the team blows you out 7-2. You're not going down without a fight here. If you lose to the Oilers, you want to win one of these with your Vegas for sure. But the Oilers are the Oilers is if they beat you, it's like them getting 4 points. If you pull out a draw here, and even if you lose to Calgary and you pull out a draw, it feels kind of like, okay, well, we didn't, we gave you a go. Interesting game. Winnipeg versus Anaheim. I'm not taking that. I've been fading Winnipeg all the time. I don't like their team. When they make the playoffs, they're going to probably get swept and it's going to be over. But not against Anaheim. Take Winnipeg in regulation. I don't know how just Gibson finally getting faded, tired. Winnipeg isn't shooting much. Like they're playing so tight, it's ridiculous. They're playing so freaking nervous and tight, and like they're playing to not lose. The thing is Anaheim's playing to, like, it's almost like it's annoying for them they have to go to the rink right now. There's a bunch of young kids with a shitload of money, and it's like, it's over. They're already on summer holidays already. They're planning their vacations and all that shit. Not a very mature group at all. I mean, not a very mature group, period. Even for their age. So, that's true. All Dallas does is fuck around until the third. Yeah. Yeah, all the money's on Vegas. So what money's coming in on Calgary? What money is betting this down? Somebody knows something here. I don't know. A Rusty Thompson? Maybe we should be looking to the over here. Maybe we should be looking to the over on that game. If Thompson's in, he's going to be rustier than shit. In the look-ahead spot for Vegas. I might not even play this. I might even play it. I'll get back to that again. But I'm taking Winnipeg. And I'm going to hate myself doing it. Because if anybody could lose to Anaheim, it's Winnipeg. You're taking over 7 with Leafs Panthers? I could see it going either way. Yeah, I know that, and I am going against the grain that way if I take Dallas minus 0.5 first period. And I probably won't, because if Pittsburgh does have legs, it'll probably be in the first period. So I would say over first period. There we go. Thanks for letting me think that through. Yeah, but it's a 6.5. See, I like over first period maybe, and then under for the game. But I don't know if I play the total, because if DeSmith, you don't know what you're getting from DeSmith. What the fuck are you getting from DeSmith? Yeah, you'll let the Pens get a lead and then bet Dallas is probably a good play too, yeah. I was thinking the under on the Calgary game, but now I don't know. Because Calgary will get shots like hell. Now, they always shoot into the fucking sternum, but they get enough shots that if Thompson's rusty, you could see it kind of start going back and forth a little bit. You like over at what, you know? Anyways, I can't bet on Anaheim no matter what. I can't, they're just useless. What kind of debauchery did Winnipeg do last game? They just barely beat Arizona, right? I guess there's not much shame in that. They're doing that to everybody right now. But Anaheim's pretty much mailed it in. I'd take Winnipeg in regulation, and that's about it. That's about it. They're going to keep on probably riding. Is there any chance that? Yeah, are they going to keep on riding Hellebuck? Maybe we can get lucky and they'll put. What's his name in that? How come his name has just totally left me? Rittich. Why did I not? Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll put Rittich in and we can play an over there. That'd be nice. And finally, Vancouver, San Jose. I got the over last night. I thought it might go to a 7. I'm not totally sold on the over, though, because Demko is playing so well. But it's supposed to be Kakinen. I'm taking Vancouver. Demko alone can beat that San Jose team. San Jose's been on the road for a while, too. They're doing like a Western road trippy thing, I believe. Oh, yeah. They had... they played Edmonton, and they played... Oh, no. What am I doing? How many games has it been on the road here? Okay, so it hasn't been that bad. Is this their second game of the road trip? See, it's still an interdivision matchup, and even though they're both out, it still matters. It still matters. That's the thing I don't like about this game. They played Edmonton, then they had 2 games, and then they played Vancouver. But it's Kakinen in net. I mean, yeah, I like the. Okay, you like the Vegas over? I'm starting to look at that too, actually. With Kakinen in net, I just got to take Vancouver here. If Vancouver's up for this game at all, which they've shown to be up for most of their games, with Kakinen in net, I figure they got to win that game. Kakinen is so freaking bad. So bad. We don't know for sure if he's going to be in net. He says that he likely is going to be in net. If Reimer's in net, I don't like the over so much. But if it's Kakinen, San Jose will always get theirs. I mean, they put a lot of shots on net, and you can say whatever you want. They may not be the most skilled group in the world, but they try hard. They do try hard. I just think Demko will be too much for their shooters in this one. Let's see, what did they just do? Yeah, they barely lost to Edmonton. That was a tough game, too. They lost to New York at home, Seattle at home, Columbus, and Vancouver was on a pretty good run. Well, they beat LA, they barely beat Anaheim, but they gave Vegas a good go. You know, they've been beating some pretty good teams. And I think they do it again here, which is just so Vancouver to do because now every win just makes it less likely that they're going to get Bedard. But if they win this one and St. Louis loses, they jump ahead of St. Louis then. Who else would they jump ahead of? I don't think they even think about that, though. I know Rick Tocchet doesn't give a shit about the draft. That's for sure. All he cares about is he gets this team rolling in the right direction and ends off good. That's the way. It depends on how you look at it, right? They don't want to have, go into the offseason thinking they're shit. Because that goes into the new season. If they crush it the rest of the way here, and this is not a team that's rebuilding, they're going to try to add defensemen. And I think surprise next year. I think Vancouver is going to be the surprise team next year if Demko stays or they get a goaltender. If they don't, forget about it. But if they can keep Demko in, all they need is one more defenseman because with Hronek being and in the Pacific Division, they can do damage. I really do think so. So I think it's more important to them to go into this than to go into this year on a positive note than it is to worry about a couple percentages on a draft choice. And that's the way they're playing, so I'm going to stick with that and say Vancouver wins this game. Also, wasn't Frolic playing with... I heard he was playing with the team last time I saw. No, still not going to be in. I don't like their defense at all, and that's why I'm probably going to go the over here, because San Jose can pot them when they need to, and they always play hard. But they've got way more talent up front, for sure. And I think they have more intention to win than San Jose. So I'm taking Vancouver money line, putting a little bit in regulation and a little bit on the over. All right, that's what you got, man. I'm glad I got a couple people in today. That's fun that you come in and watch me as I hash over my picks, which is pretty much what I use this for, is to hash over my picks. I just find if I vocalize it, and, sometimes somebody like Chanel comes in and gets my mind going on an over, and I'll try to think it through. I do better. Honestly, I didn't do one yesterday, and I've been kind of doing them on TikTok. I don't have time to do this every day, too. I wish I did. So make sure you hit that like button, everybody. Hit the like button. Get as many views on this. If I'm getting lots of views and, maybe I'll bring on a client or two, I can probably keep on doing this. I didn't even look at the trends on them. Oh, I see they're 0-8 straight up in games against Vancouver. Yeah, San Jose seems to have a difficult time in tough spots. They play against Edmonton and then they have to fly to Vancouver, which isn't a long flight, but there is a time change in there. And they exerted quite a bit of energy there against Edmonton. Even though this isn't a back-to-back situation. And don't they have one more after this, right? On the road? Or is that it? They're just going for 2? Oh, they got Calgary after this. I for sure think they'll lose to Calgary. I mean, that's tough. Are they doing the Seattle one too? Are they doing the 4-gamer? Look ahead here. No, then they go home to Winnipeg after that. But, yeah. Team total over 3.5. I like that. What's the juice on that, though? I'll check that out and then I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta get going here. I'll check out the juice here and then I gotta head out. -1, no, that's not bad. -125, something like that. -130, somewhere in there. Yeah, I'll probably put that down. I like that one. Okay, guys, thanks for coming in. Catch you tomorrow. Maybe there's only 3 games tomorrow. Maybe I'll do like the Saturday slate or something early tomorrow if I have time. But nice seeing you, Chanel. Thanks for coming in, Doug, and CL if you're still out there. Over 3.5 team total. Take care, everybody. Okay, bye.